Hello and welcome to The Patriot. This is Idrees Bukhtiyar, and joining me in this conversation, we have a very special guest. He's an Indian American actor, Mr. Bukhtiyar. So he has joined us especially for this conversation. So welcome Vishy to this conversation on The Patriot. So we'll start with the film. Basically, what is this film all about?
First of all, thank you, Idrees, for having me at the Patriot. It's a pleasure to be here
Thank you.
and to share our experience of the movie. The movie is about an Indian immigrant who loses everything
Right.
because he makes business mistakes and loses his family's wealth and goes to jail
Right.
because of that, and then gets released many years later in his 40s.
Right.
And the parents, his mother, even his mom doesn't want to talk to him. The whole family is cut him off.
Right.
And how he rediscovers himself.
Right.
Because when he was growing up, he was a fighter. But just as most Indian families are, you should go into business or they tell you.
Right.
So he felt that he went against his calling into business.
Right.
And he messes up. Then how he comes back into fighting.
Okay.
That's the story from an outline perspective. But on the inside, it's a guy who made so many mistakes in his life,
Right.
who's looking for redemption. Just like आपने गलती की हो,
बिल्कुल.
you carry that shame के अंदर. तो आपको उसको कैसे मिटाना? How would you resolve that shame and the guilt? And this is that journey of that.
Okay.
And that the redemption process, it's a very spiritual journey on the inside. And for example, it's more dangerous than an MMA fighting ring.
True.
And most people who are going through this low point in life, that war is harder than an MMA ring. Right. So I used MMA. I wrote Kani Menelik.
Okay.
So because I lost a lot of money in business and I lost other people's money, and I felt like I was in a ring just getting punched, and I deserved it.
Right.
Right. So I thought, that's the universal theme. Everybody goes through trouble.
True.
In Hinduism, the Gita, Krishna says it's the inner Kurukshetra. In Islam, they call it the jihad, the inner jihad.
Right.
It's all about fighting your lower tendencies and lower forces.
Right.
And everybody has that war going on. So that's the metaphor in this movie.
Right.
And MMA is just the metaphor for what's going on the inside.
Right. And are you happy the film is going to be screened in Goa in a film festival?
I'm not happy, I'm elated. जो idea is, seed form मेरे दिमाग में, एक dream की तरह, it's 10 years ago I got in a dream.
Right.
And I remember 2-3 in the morning going to my computer and writing the story.
Right.
तब से यहाँ तक, it's been a 10-year journey.
Right.
And in Hollywood, Indians don't get opportunity to be lead. So अब तक जो भी किए वो comedy drama वगैरह. I'm the first, probably one of the first to do action,
Right.
and that too in a lead role with big Hollywood stars. So it's a बहुत खुशी की बात है.
True.
And if this movie does well, it's good for all of the Indians.
True.
So I'm honored and elated to be played in such a prestigious festival.
Right. And well, since you are from India, as you said, you are from Chennai. So how often do you visit?
Every year for 2 months.
Okay.
अभी आया था. Summer, every summer I'm there because मेरे पिताजी रहते हैं वहाँ पे.
Okay.
चेन्नई में. So I want to give exposure to my son into our culture.
Right.
And I'm married to a Haryani Jat.
Oh.
So we come to Chennai and all the time, every year for 2 months.
Okay.
Spend some time with my dad.
So how often do you come to Delhi? Delhi connection.
Delhi इतना नहीं आते because her parents live in California.
Okay.
So यहाँ पे जो रिश्तेदार है, cousins वगैरह हैं, So we come to Delhi every 5 years.
Right.
Yeah. मैं बोलते हैं मैं हरियाणा का दामाद.
Okay. True. True. Since you since you were talking about the film, how did this idea came to your mind?
Yeah, the idea, because I always wanted to be an actor. I came to America to be a scientist. My undergrad is in biology, bachelor's in biology and chemistry, and I came to do a PhD in genetics. That's the reason I went to the US.
Yeah.
Then life taught me, I had some sort of like spiritual experiences which said that, oh, I should be an actor. And I always grew up doing plays and community play, school में करता था, college वगैरह. But as a serious professional acting as a job, as a profession, I never thought. But once I had the spiritual experience, I quit the PhD program, then got a master's in computer science, information system, worked as software engineer, always knowing that one day I'm going to be an actor in Hollywood.
Right.
Maybe one of the first Indian. And मेरे को action बहुत पसंद है, बचपन से बहुत पसंद है action.
Right.
And so I was always in that mindset. Action करना तो body बनाया.
बिल्कुल.
And so but then when this story happened, ऐसे मैंने 15-20 कहानी लिखे हैं.
Okay.
And this is the शुरुआत है. So this is the first time. So I have other stories which are coming up. And then went to acting school, film acting in the US.
Okay.
And then slowly started. I did Bold and the Beautiful, the TV series, for 2 episodes, really small.
Right.
अब तक जो भी मैंने किया small फिल्में किए, student films जैसे small.
Right.
But this is the first big one. Yes.
Right. And since you work in Hollywood film, how did you find Hollywood films different as compared to the Bollywood? Any differences?
Well, I wouldn't know because I've never worked in India. मेरे को यहाँ पे क्या होता है, कैसे करते हैं, कुछ नहीं पता. So I wouldn't comment about Bollywood industry because जब बचपन में I told you I already left.
Right.
जो भी हूँ मैं अमेरिकन हूँ, मैं दिखने में इंडियन लगता हूँ, मैं हिंदी बोलता हूँ, तमिल बोलता हूँ.
But still, आपका एक experience, I'm sure you would have seen a lot of Bollywood films.
Yes, I have. I've seen movies, but Hollywood में there is I don't think इतना star system है वहाँ. I think I've heard here to get a star.
The stardom, man.
Stardom, star system. There is maybe a little bit more opportunity for people of every style of filmmaking,
right,
to make a film,
right,
in the US. There's a market for that. I've heard that India में only star movies चलते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
That's what I've heard. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know. Yeah.
Right. I think the Omi Vadi,
yes,
is also in the film.
Yes, he plays my cousin in the movie, and he's got a sort of a negative role.
Right.
He's a good friend of mine now, and I'm a big fan of Omi.
Okay.
From Chatur.
Oh,
we were just together in Las Vegas last week. Omi and I.
So how was the experience of working with him?
Amazing. That's when I met him first time. मैंने बोला यार, आमिर और आप एक ही फ्रेम में खड़े थे यार, मैं आपको देख रहा हूँ. And such a big artist you are. And, बहुत funny आदमी है. तो बोलता मैं आमिर को ऐसा कर सकता हूँ, imagine मैं आपको क्या करूँ.
Right.
Then I said, you can try. So we would have good banter. It's a fantastic performance.
Right.
मैं उनके एक्टिंग देखते रह गया. सीन्स वगैरह में मैं भूल गया मैं उनके साथ एक्टिंग कर रहा हूँ. As an audience I was appreciating.
Right.
It's so beautiful, and where you want to punch him in the face, villain थोड़ा negative character.
बिल्कुल.
And where people लोग देख रहे हैं उनको, say, I want to punch this guy in a phenomenal experience.
Right. So what is your favorite Bollywood film? I would ask, what is your favorite Bollywood film, and who is your favorite actor in Bollywood?
Hindi में no, it's a long list.
Someone maybe you would have been like, someone who has been inspiring, and any inspiration.
I know I love all the Khans. Fantastic. I love so many movies. I love Three Idiots. I like Parinita.
Oh.
I like very very special type of movies. I love the new Agnipath with Hrithik Roshan. Really loved it. I thought it was done very well. Then I did. I love Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
Oh,
I love the movie. Yeah, just on and on. So many.
true.
And from acting, from Mr. Bachchan to
So
Khans,
Khans.
so many. Such great talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, itne talent. It's amazing. Yeah.
Right. Would you like to work with maybe any one of maybe Khans or anyone in the Bollywood?
Yeah, sure.
If given a chance.
Absolutely. No, I'm artist log.
बिल्कुल.
So we want to work. तो ऐसे नहीं है कि you have a job, आप रोज जाते हो, काम है. An artist जब काम करते हैं, एक महीना, 1 month you have work and 2 साल काम नहीं. It's a very unpredictable industry. Absolutely, I worked very hard to break through into Hollywood.
Right.
And मैं हिंदी बोलता हूँ, so language is not a problem for me अगर यहाँ पे मूवी करना तो और चेन्नई में और तेलुगु में.
Right.
So totally open to any opportunities. That's good if it's a good story. Yes.
So how tough was for you to get a break in Hollywood?
I would say it was, it's tough because there is a reason for why it's tough. Because वहाँ पे जो लिखने वाले हैं, it's a very business, commercial, it's showbiz. So if you put any other ethnicity, the belief is the movie bikega. It won't sell.
Right.
So it's not like they don't want to put you. It's like कौन देखेगा, Indian है, नाम Chris Hemsworth नहीं है, Tom Cruise नहीं है. The point is not that. So it was extraordinarily difficult because when I wrote the story 2013, I would go to Hollywood and nobody wanted to. They said, "Vish, we love the story, but we don't love you.
Oh.
Meaning we don't want you to play the lead in it." But I was adamant that no, it's my story. I have to play the lead. I'm not letting anybody else play that. So then I met a producer who launched Chris Hemsworth. His name is Naveen.
Okay.
I don't know if you read much about him. He's the one who launched Chris 15 years ago.
Oh.
And miraculously I met him and he loved the story.
Right.
And he's the reason the movie is where it's at. So I have a very good team in Hollywood behind me.
Right.
Who guided me.
True.
Yeah. So it's been a great experience.
True. And in Bollywood, what we have seen, like the films are filled with music, dance, drama. So how different is the way of storytelling in Hollywood?
Yeah, Hollywood, just in general, from what I know, is they try to keep it as real to real life as possible.
Right.
जैसे हम बात कर रहे हैं, when a director comes in Hollywood, they will never tell you how to do it.
Oh.
Instructions नहीं
नहीं.
आपकी जो interpretation है character के, उसके ऊपर as long as it makes sense.
Right.
आप जो भी आपकी मर्जी है वो कर सकते हैं आप.
बिल्कुल.
So they like to keep it very real. So even if you watch our movie, there's a very gritty and real element to it. There's nothing commercial. Mass बोलते हैं, slow motion shots.
Right.
In general, Hollywood is very gritty and real.
Right.
Yes, that's probably.
And how do you see the collaborations? Because there are a number of films where I think Hollywood and Bollywood actors collaborate. How do you see that, and how long do you think it can go on?
But I think there has not been that many collaborations, right? In between Hollywood and Bollywood, or at least I don't. I think abhi shuruaat hai. I think it's just starting.
Right.
Because there's a lot of interest in Hollywood towards India now.
Right.
Just because India is a growing economy.
Right.
Like I said, it's a very economical business thing.
True.
India is growing at 9% GDP per year. It's the fastest growing economy in the world.
Right.
So everybody wants to do business in India. The high tech of America, they want to come here.
Right.
China wants to come here. Everybody wants to come to India now because we are a booming economy. I think that's the fundamental driver. Hollywood wants to do projects here potentially because the business of it in Hollywood is not making sense anymore. because they're spending 150, $200 million per movie, big movie, and they're not able to recover the cost.
Right. Right. And just asking, what kind of legacy you want to leave behind, maybe through your films, through your acting?
Yeah. I don't think so much about legacy. It's more about inspiration.
Right.
I'm also an author. I wrote a book. So what I want to leave behind is, first thing is I need to love it.
True.
I don't think legacy. I don't think essay. It's too deep and
Okay.
too grand.
Right.
I first think about, is this something I love to do?
Right.
And is it going to inspire somebody and make somebody happy?
Right.
That's really how I think about it. And I also believe that coming from this culture,
Hmm.
uh, this country has such beautiful stories.
True.
In Avatar, there is a interview where James Cameron says his
Right.
inspiration for Avatar was Ramayana. I have that interview where he says that.
Right.
And Matrix, for example, was also based on the Vedanta. So so we have such good stories which can inspire some of the best filmmakers in the world.
Right.
And that's one of the things I want to do. I want to bring this type of thinking
True.
and in a story format. So that's probably what I want to be known for. Yeah.
Right. So my last question would be, how would you define the power of the cinema?
I mean, the power of cinema, I'll tell you. 2 weeks ago, I was in Indiana in a festival called Heartland Film Festival.
Okay.
A very reputed film festival, and our movie was playing there.
Right.
And there was a black family sitting in front of me.
Right.
And then after the movie, Taylor was also with me. He comes to Taylor, he's in tears. And he said, what's shown in the movie happened to him in real life.
Right.
His mother was feeling very sick. And his brother was a boxer, fighter.
True.
And the mother was said, when she was very sick, she said, I want you to go fight today and win for me. वो बोल के she fainted and they took her in the ambulance.
True.
रास्ते में मर गई.
Oh.
And then they went to the hospital and the brother said, I'm going to go fight. And then the brother saying, what? Then he said, that's what she wanted.
Sure.
So he went and jita gaya trophy.
Right.
And that's the brother. He was in tears. And we have similar moments in the movie.
Right.
So this level of connection, I didn't, it's a new experience for me. I've not done 100 movies to, so it's amazing. You can influence, and he's crying. He's 64 years old. Then another guy, I was in Vegas last week, another guy who saw the movie in Santa Fe, he said, Vish, I love your movie so much because my brother and I fight on everything, but we watched your movie together.
Right.
Your movie unified us.
Oh, great.
You feel like you're some big...
That's true.
So artists को ऐसे भी compliments मिलते हैं. It's very beautiful on my soul.
Right.
A very healing.
Right.
That we can change people. We can touch people at that level.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Vishy, for this conversation, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Film.
It's an honor to be. We've done non-stop interviews today. so running around. So thank you.
Thank you
Honor
so much.
to be.
Thank you. Thank you.